As the great Mignon McLaughlin once said, a successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. These words resonate with the traditional concept of marriage, a concept that has been deeply ingrained in our societies for centuries. Marriage, in its essence, is an institution that binds two individuals in a relationship that is recognized and respected by the society they live in. It is a union that signifies commitment, trust, and mutual understanding. It is a promise to stand by each other, to love and to cherish, in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad. Throughout history, societies across the globe have celebrated marriage as a significant life event. It's a rite of passage, a step towards adulthood, a declaration of love, and a commitment to a shared future. But marriage is not just about love and companionship. It also serves a practical purpose. It provides a sense of security and stability, both emotionally and financially. When two people marry, they often combine their resources, share their income, and plan their financial future together. This can lead to a better standard of living and a safety net in times of financial crisis. Moreover, marriage offers societal approval and acceptance. A married couple is often seen as a single entity, a team that faces life's challenges together. It is a status that comes with certain rights and responsibilities, which are recognized and protected by law. But most importantly, marriage provides companionship. It gives you someone to share your life with, to grow old with, to celebrate your victories and mourn your losses with. This companionship can be a source of immense joy and comfort, a buffer against loneliness and isolation. Marriage, traditionally, is a bond full of love, commitment, and mutual understanding. It's about finding that one person who understands you, who accepts you, who loves you for who you are, and choosing to spend the rest of your life with them. But as we move forward, as societies evolve and perspectives shift, is this traditional concept of marriage still relevant? Is it still significant? That's what I will explore in the next scenes. Stay tuned. However, in the 21st century, the perception of marriage has changed significantly. The traditional notion of two people committing to a lifetime partnership often seems to be facing a cultural shift. Especially among millennials and Generation Z, the attitude towards marriage has been evolving, influenced by a myriad of factors. One of the most prominent perspectives that challenge the necessity of marriage is the economic viewpoint. With the cost of living skyrocketing in many parts of the world, young adults are increasingly prioritizing financial stability and independence over marriage. The idea of sharing financial responsibilities and decisions can be daunting for some, leading to a preference for cohabitation or remaining single. Then comes the feminist perspective, which questions the societal expectations tied to marriage. The feminist lens views marriage as a patriarchal institution that often places unfair burdens and expectations on women. It advocates for the freedom to choose one's path, be it singlehood, cohabitation, or non-traditional forms of partnership. Now, let's talk about the digital age, where cell phones and social media have become ingrained in our day-to-day lives. They have undeniably influenced the dynamics of relationships and marriage. On one hand, they have made it easier for people to connect and communicate. On the other, they've also introduced new challenges such as privacy issues and the temptation of online infidelity. Moreover, social media often presents an idealized version of relationships and marriage, leading some to question their own relationships or shy away from the institution of marriage, fearing they won't live up to these unrealistic expectations. In this modern world, the traditional concept of marriage isn't necessarily seen as the only path to happiness and fulfillment. As society evolves, so do our views on relationships and commitment. Today, individuals are more inclined to define their relationships on their own terms, exploring alternatives like cohabitation, polyamory, or even choosing to stay single. The modern world presents a plethora of alternatives to the traditional institution of marriage. But let's not be too hasty to dismiss marriage as an outdated concept just yet. Even with the shifting societal norms and evolving perspectives on relationships, marriage continues to hold a significant place in our society. It's not just about the wedding bells and honeymoon getaways. Marriage offers a unique blend of emotional security and companionship that can't be easily replicated. Consider the emotional security that marriage provides. It's a partnership that you and your spouse consciously choose to commit to, promising to support each other through thick and thin. This commitment, this bond, provides a sense of stability and security that can be a source of comfort in an ever-changing world. It's having someone to share your triumphs with, to comfort you in your sorrows, and to stand by your side as you navigate life's many challenges. Now let's talk about raising children. While it's true that you don't need to be married to have children or even to be good parents, studies have shown that a stable, loving marriage can provide an ideal environment for children to thrive. It gives them a sense of security and models for them what a healthy, committed relationship looks like. This isn't to say that other family structures can't provide these things, but rather to highlight the potential benefits of a marriage-based family. And then there are the legal and financial advantages. From tax benefits and health insurance coverage to inheritance rights and decision-making privileges in medical emergencies, being married can offer a host of practical advantages that aren't always available to unmarried couples. In the end, marriage isn't just about the lovey-dovey romance we see in movies. It's about partnership, commitment, and building a life together. It's about understanding and respecting each other's needs and desires. It's about navigating life's complexities together and growing, both as individuals and as a couple. There's no denying that despite its challenges, marriage still holds a significant place in our society. On the other side of the coin, there are compelling reasons to believe that marriage might indeed be an outdated concept. In the name of tradition, are we sidelining our personal freedoms and aspirations? Marriage, for some, could feel like a binding contract that stifles individuality and personal growth. Consider the societal pressure to wed, often pushing individuals into a union they might not be ready for or even desire. The societal lens often views singlehood with a sense of pity or confusion, which can lead to hasty decisions. Yet, isn't it better to walk alone than to rush into a partnership that doesn't serve you? Then, there's the issue of divorce. The rising divorce rates across the globe are a clear indication that the age-old institution of marriage is struggling to adapt to our evolving societal norms and expectations. With nearly half of all marriages in some countries ending in divorce, it's worth questioning whether the concept of "till death do us part" is still relevant. Let's talk about cohabitation, a trend that's on the rise. More and more people are choosing to live together without the legalities of marriage. This allows for companionship, shared financial responsibilities, and even raising a family, all without the binding commitment of marriage. For some, this offers a sense of freedom and flexibility that traditional marriage doesn't. There's also the argument that marriage, in its traditional sense, can be a barrier to personal development. Some perceive it as a contract that restricts personal freedom, prevents self-discovery, and hinders the pursuit of individual goals and ambitions. This isn't to say that all marriages are restrictive, but for those who value their independence above all else, the concept of marriage can indeed seem outdated. In a world where the idea of a fulfilling life is constantly evolving, it's only natural to question traditional norms and institutions. Is marriage one of them? For some, it seems to be the case. It seems that for some, the traditional concept of marriage no longer fits into their vision of a fulfilling life. Before I continue, please pause and take a moment to like this video. As we navigate this complex world, we are constantly encouraged to question, to probe, and to critically reflect on societal norms and traditions. And today, I've been discussing one of the most time-honored traditions: marriage. It's a topic that stirs up a whirlwind of emotions, opinions, and perspectives. Every conversation we've had so far, every argument for and against the relevance of marriage in our modern society has been designed to encourage you to think, to reflect, and to form your own opinion. But remember, there is no right or wrong here. It's all about perspective. It's all about understanding the diverse viewpoints that make up our world and respecting these differences. I've discussed how the modern view of marriage has evolved, the significance it still holds for many, as well as the reasons why some see it as an outdated concept. I've touched on aspects like the economy, feminism, fidelity, and the impact of technology, such as cell phones and social media, on relationships. Now it's time for you to join the conversation. Consider the points I've raised. Reflect on the arguments I've presented. Take a moment to think about how these factors play a role in your own views on marriage. Does the romantic notion of two people committing to each other for life still hold sway? Or do you see marriage more as a business arrangement, a partnership that should be entered into with a clear understanding of the benefits and drawbacks? It's the diversity of our thoughts, opinions, and experiences that make discussions like these so enriching and enlightening. And it's this diversity that we want to embrace and celebrate. So what do you think? Is marriage an outdated concept, or does it still hold value in our society? Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts.